Have you ever felt like you're doing everything right? You're being polite, you're complimenting others, you're going out of your way to be kind, and yet it feels like no one notices? Especially when it comes to relationships, it's frustrating. You're being the nice person, so why isn't it working? Here's the hard truth: being nice isn't enough, and it's probably the very thing holding you back. The problem isn't that you're kind or considerate, that's a good thing. The problem is when being nice becomes a strategy. It's easy to think that if you're just nice enough, people will naturally be drawn to you, whether it's friends, colleagues, or someone you're interested in. But being nice is often misunderstood. Being overly nice can come off as inauthentic, like you're trying to please everyone at the expense of yourself. Think about it. Have you ever found yourself agreeing with someone just to keep the peace? Or maybe you avoid voicing your real opinions because you don't want to cause friction. You go out of your way to be liked, but in the process you lose sight of your own voice. And guess what? That's not attractive to anyone. People, especially women in relationships, aren't looking for someone who agrees with everything they say. They're looking for someone who is genuine, confident, and real. Being nice is great, but it needs to be backed up by strength, boundaries, and self-respect. Here's where it clicks. People respect those who respect themselves. And when you're constantly bending over backward to please others, you're sending a signal that you don't value your own needs. That's why being overly nice without confidence can come across as weak or desperate. It shows a lack of boundaries. And let's be real, when you don't respect yourself, it's hard for others to respect you. But this doesn't mean you should stop being kind or caring. Far from it. The goal isn't to swing to the other extreme and be a jerk or push people away. The key is balance. You need to be kind but with strength. You need to know when to stand your ground, say no, and express your own opinions. Being genuine means being true to yourself, even if it makes some people uncomfortable. It's about being the type of person who is thoughtful and considerate, but also assertive and strong. When you know what you stand for and you're not afraid to express it, people take notice. You'll find that your relationships will deepen because they're based on mutual respect, not just empty politeness. So how do you stop being just nice and start being genuine? First, stop seeking approval. You don't need to please everyone. Focus on being the best version of yourself. When you start to respect your own time, your own values, and your own needs, people will naturally begin to respect you too. Second, set boundaries. Being kind doesn't mean saying yes to everything or agreeing with things you don't actually support. Practice saying no when you need to. Learn to disagree respectfully. When you stand your ground, people will see that you have a backbone, and that's a quality worth admiring. Third, start acting with intention. Don't just be nice for the sake of being liked. Be thoughtful because you genuinely care. Speak up because you believe in what you're saying. Show kindness because it's part of who you are, not because you expect something in return. And remember, you don't need to prove anything to anyone. The only person whose approval you really need is your own. When you stop trying to please everyone else and start living authentically, that's when everything changes. You'll feel more confident, and your relationships, whether personal or professional, will be built on respect, not just surface level niceness. So if you're feeling stuck, constantly wondering why your efforts aren't paying off, take a moment to reflect. Ask yourself, are you being truly authentic, or are you just being nice? The moments you stop focusing on pleasing others and start respecting yourself, you'll see that being genuine is far more powerful than just being nice. This is how you build deeper, more meaningful connections with others, by being someone who is both kind and strong.